There's this hidden engine that powers, well, pretty much everything in our digital lives. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the biggest players out there, Python. So the big question is, what can Python actually do? The short answer? Pretty much anything you can think of. Seriously, from the apps you scroll through every day to the science that's literally shaping our future, Python is right there in the middle of it. And over the next few minutes, we're going to see exactly how. So try not to think of Python as just a bunch of boring lines of code. Instead, picture it like a universal key. It's this one single tool that can build massive websites, dig through mountains of data, and even automate the annoying tasks on your own computer. It's basically a key that unlocks your ability to create something new. Okay, so here's the game plan. First, we'll look at why Python is the ultimate universal toolkit. Then, we'll see how it's powering the modern web. After that, we're diving deep into the world of data and AI. We'll also check out how it can automate your day-to-day life. And then finally, we'll uncover the secret sauce, what makes it so powerful. All right, first stop, understanding what Python really is at its core. People often call it the Swiss Army knife of programming. And honestly, that's a perfect description. It's got a tool for just about any job you can throw at it. So, technically speaking, what is it? It's a high-level, general-purpose language. But what does that even mean? The important part, the thing that really sets it apart, is its super simple, readable syntax. I mean, it's designed to look a lot like plain English. This makes it incredibly easy for beginners to pick up, but it's also why the pros love it. It's just so efficient. Okay, let's grab the first tool from that Swiss Army knife and talk about the web. Now, you don't really see Python when you're on a website, not like you see text or images, but it's often the powerhouse engine running everything behind the scenes. So what do I mean by running behind the scenes? Well, it's handling all the heavy lifting, all the complex stuff. It's processing data, talking to databases, managing your login, all that jazz. It's the server-side logic that turns a simple static page into a real interactive application. And this isn't some obscure niche tech we're talking about. We're talking about the backbones of some of the biggest platforms on the planet. I mean, every single time you scroll through your Instagram feed, or get that perfect playlist recommendation on Spotify, or even just search for something on Google, yep, you're interacting with systems that are powered by Python. All right, now let's shift gears. We've talked about the web we use today, but what about the technology that's building our future? I'm talking about data science and artificial intelligence. And in this world, Python isn't just a player, it is the undisputed king, for real. And this chart, wow, it really tells the whole story, doesn't it? You can see just how dominant Python is across the entire data pipeline, from the very first step of analyzing and processing massive data sets to creating visualizations, and even building the machine learning models themselves. Python is the #1 choice every step of the way. It's the whole shebang for turning raw numbers into actual knowledge. Basically, at its core, Python is the language that gives data scientists the power to build and train these incredibly complex machine learning models. The kind that can spot patterns, make predictions, and actually learn as they go.
But what does that really mean for you and me? Well, think of it as the magic that's happening behind the curtain. When Netflix suggests a movie and you think, whoa, how did it know I'd love that? That's a Python-powered algorithm doing its thing. It's analyzing your viewing habits to make a scarily accurate prediction. That's data science in action, right in your living room.
Okay, but Python isn't just for huge tech companies with massive servers. It's also an unbelievably powerful tool for you, right on your own laptop. Seriously, think of it like your own personal robot that you can program to do all the boring, repetitive stuff for you. You know those tasks that just make you groan, like renaming hundreds of photos one by one by one? Ugh. Or digging through a giant spreadsheet just to find one little piece of information. With just a few lines of Python, you can write a tiny script that does all of that for you in like 2 seconds. It's the absolute ultimate way to work smarter, not harder. So we've seen Python building the web, powering AI, organizing our personal files. Which brings us to the big final question. Why? What's the secret sauce? How can one single language be so ridiculously good at so many different things? Well, the secret really boils down to these 3 key pillars. It all started with that simple English-like syntax we talked about earlier. Because it was so easy to learn, it attracted a massive global community of developers. And that amazing community created the third, and honestly the most powerful pillar of all,
this incredible ecosystem of pre-built libraries. So what's a library? Think of it like a giant box of Legos, but for code. They're toolkits of pre-written code that you can just plug right into your own project. So you want to do complex data analysis. You don't start from zero, you just grab a library like Pandas. You want to build a powerful website? There's a library for that, like Django. You're not reinventing the wheel, you're standing on the shoulders of giants.
And just to give you a sense of the scale we're talking about, there are more than 450,000 of these pre-built packages ready to go. Let that sink in. It is an unimaginably vast ecosystem of tools that lets you build, well, pretty much anything you can dream up.
So there you have it. Python can power our favorite apps, it can unlock the secrets hidden in data, and it can even bring a little automation and sanity to our own lives. We've seen what it's capable of, which means the only real question left is, what are you going to create with it?